And he does. In time. 20 seconds left. You're about to make the biggest play of your career.
And it's all just trading at front center. The Echo with the yokai trying to stop the fuse, and it could go down. Corza with the cross angle. Quantum, 20 seconds. The fuse on the ground. Corza finds one. Can he cut it down? 15 seconds. Can he find the kill? He needs. He sees the player in trouble. That's what he wants. Not a man. They have to get the kill here. They have to stop someone.
Good evening and welcome to everyone tuning in on the stream. Welcome to the first SSA R6 Major, brought to you here powered by Endurade from Nutritech, and we housed here in the incredible 80K Arena. This event or show will be split into a few sections, starting off with a tournament overview, some players in the house that we're going to do some interviews, get us insight in their teams and what they have planned for this event, and then we'll finish off with the group draw. But for now, let's head over to the tournament overview. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the trophy for the first R6 Major SSA. Yeah, this is the first pre-show for the first event. I'm pretty excited for this. I guess everyone's quite excited to know, all the details of the tournament, what we have planned. For some of those who haven't read the rules yet, we'll try and explain everything as much as we can in this pre-show. So just a quick glance over what we have planned. This tournament stretches from the 24th, this Friday, till the 17th of July. So about 3 weeks for the teams to play. The teams will be split into two groups. Two groups of about 8 teams each. We have 16, 15 teams competing. So we're going to see some action-packed Siege in this event, and I'm so excited for that. In terms of the rule set, it's pretty simple. We stick to Pro League, the international standard. That is the standard we want to set in this region. What else is there? Probably a big topic is the LAN.
The LAN is
the big one. That
is what everyone wants to know about, so yeah. I guess you could intro us with that.
So what we have planned with the LAN is the top 4 teams will qualify. And with that qualification, they'll get free accommodation in Johannesburg for the LAN. We'll release shortly the venue we have. I think people are going to be quite excited.
It is spicy. I've seen a few photos. It's looking good.
Yeah, it's going to be really insane. It's the first ever LAN, I think, since we had servers in this region. Nice. So it's really a big step for Siege in this region, and we are so excited to bring that to you guys. And then what else is there? The streams for the games, we have a schedule that we have up for the teams where we'll stream every night from Thursday to Sunday. So there's a lot of action for viewers to tune in and watch the games, watch the Siege gameplay. We're going to have ample amount of games with the 2 groups. And then also, coming back to the groups, we have the teams split up into Tier 1 and Tier 2 teams, just to make sure we don't have any group of deaths and any upset teams. So we have that split up for you guys, and we'll draw that after this. But if you guys have any questions about anything with the tournament,
not really.
Summed it up pretty well.
To be honest, I think we're just excited to see some good quality Siege again after a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a hiatus of about, we've got 6 months, plus minus, probably a bit more, since we have had some good Siege action in the country. Obviously, we tried to run the SSA R6 League myself with a bit of success. Leave it there. But, one of the biggest things that I'm excited about is just the regularity of broadcasts of new gameplay and new operators being brought to the screen.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we all want to see. I mean,
bringing up
the operator.
I'm going to be so interested to see what people do with Sense, with, what's the new other one? Azami. Those two. Azami, I have the feeling, is going to break the defense. And as well, the new meta that Sense can offer to the teams, I'm predicting a lot of smokes, a lot of new strategy that we haven't seen in a very long time.
And obviously, we are a small region. I'm not going to put it past us, but a lot of the strat work is simply copying what is done in the international meta. This is our chance to actually spice things up. I mean, we're playing this basically in the same schedule that the actual Pro League is being played, with UL, NAL, whatever it may be. I'm excited to see what these teams actually do come up with, because I feel this is the first time we actually see ingenuity and having to think about most of these strategies.
This is the time where it's going to be, you're going to see what our players are thinking of strategies, whilst EU and NA and APAC are trying to think of their own ways to play these ops. It's going to be a little bit like when Rooney first came in, where it was kind of no one really knew what to do with them.
Yeah, I think looking at NA so far with Pro League kicking off there, you can already see the Azami coming into play, really upsetting the attackers.
Yeah.
We haven't seen much of the Sense op coming into play, but that's understandable. It came out literally a few days ago, or well, on the day of streaming. It's the first day it's out, so it's going to be very interesting to see, especially the dynamic our teams have in this region. We like to be aggressive in our attacks and just general gameplay in Siege. So I think we're definitely going to see some Sense come in just for the bans. Maybe it works. You never know. I think teams are going to be very unaware of the advantages that it might have, or even disadvantages. We'll have to see in the live streams that we have planned. But also coming back to the tournament and what we have planned, and you mentioning it being so long since we had a good event put together that actually, as production, marketing, we really want to go that extra mile. And in terms of the major, it doesn't stop here. We have a 2023 roadmap that we're building up to, and this is the first of many. And that is a message that I think we want to bring out to the teams, the players, and to bring that confidence back in the scene. I think what brought it down was that teams and players didn't know when the next tournament was.
They had nothing to play for. They had nothing to keep scrimming, nothing to keep them actually invested over the long term. Whereas,
so for our 2023 roadmap, we're planning 4 majors and an invitational at the end of the year, where we are hoping the top 8 teams, but we'll confirm that as soon as we can. It's still quite a while in advance, but we want to create that sustainable environment for Siege. Comparing it to the CSGO environment in our region, they have that system in place where teams can build up and actually compete and have some sort of a goal in the scene. With those 4 majors, we're trying to create a mini pro league in our region.
Yeah, well, adding into that, talking into the point of growth to the futures, we're seeing a lot of new teams and new players signed up for this tournament. It's one of the things I was the most excited about, is when you can see growth already starting for the first one, what's going to happen for the next few?
Yeah, I'm super excited. There are a few names that popped up that I haven't seen before, and a few old ones who said they were retired. So it's good to see them back playing R6 again in the competitive scene. So we are trying to. We already got that confidence a little bit back, but we want to build on that and make sure teams actually have something to play for. In terms of the majors, a big factor for us for next year would be to encourage teams to stick together and build as a team, because with the setup we have next year and the format, teams will accumulate points through these majors, and those teams will then try and qualify for the top spots for the invitational. So that will encourage teams to stick together and to play and try and improve and get that few spots that will be available at the invitational.
So much hype building around this. I'm feeling it bubbling up inside of me, but I mean, we've got player interviews coming up. We've got a group draw coming up. Any last words before we wrap up the overview section? I mean, we have to mention, I brought this in here without even saying what it is. We've got the most beautiful trophy we have ever seen in South African R6. Made it myself. That doesn't mean it's any worse.
3 days of prep.
But we got that insane trophy, and I think this will just encourage teams to even play that much harder in this tournament and prep that much more. And it's I think it's one of the first ever trophies in the scene. So
I think I've actually in my room I've got like a giant check that I got.
What is better, a check or a hammer?
That.
A hammer.
We'll give a check as well with the hammer. But yeah, we just super excited as a team to bring Siege back to the scene, and I think that pretty much sums it all up, and I think we can hop over to the play interviews.
So, starting off the player interview, we have a big one here for you. Man that, to my extent, to my knowledge, hasn't appeared on camera too much. Introduce yourself to the audience.
I'm Taufik Salih, or better known as Salih TFU on Twitter and in-game, and I'm the current coach for Levitate.
So,
ex-Phoenix roster.
Obviously a lot of people are going to know you from Twitter. I believe that'd be the biggest one. All of your soccer takes and ranting about managers and whatnot. But tell us about your team and heading into this tournament. How are you feeling about this?
We're feeling pretty good. We have some changes, a lot of changes since our last big tournament, Rob. We did play there. We came third as the Phoenix roster. And then we hit a bit of a slump with some players underperforming, not motivated, because the whole thing, as you said earlier, that you need sustainability. And we've never had that till now. So players gave up, had lives. We all have lives. And they just like, life over this.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing to bring us to play. And then that killed us for a bit. We've been struggling in the past tournaments. We came fourth in which one it was. And then we finished like top 8 only in the next one. So we've been a bit of a downfall, but with our current pickup, we have picked up James, better known as JMS. He played for DNMK back at ROG. And it's been pretty good because we've been lacking the IGL role really. We've never, literally clueless on attack. I'm telling you, watching.
No coordination, nothing?
We had all our attacks since ROG. We've just been, I've noticed you said that we coordinated.
Yes.
And I'm sitting
This is what I've commented on.
How are you seeing this? I don't see it. As a coach, I don't see it.
You know, as a caster, you read
But,
into things. You see some things where there might not be a pattern.
We mostly played off of just synergy. Purely, we've played so long together, we know what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
But that can only play for so long. We can only do that much time.
So you spoke a little bit about the past with Phoenix. Obviously, coming from PlayStation, moving in. Obviously, you guys did very well there on the PlayStation side, dominating the scene. Obviously, so for now, you went into a little slump. So this is the big tournament now for you to try and lift yourselves back up, try and regain that glory.
What I've seen from scrims alone, we've really improved, especially our attacks, our defenses, changing the meta. People literally message me during scrims saying that the stuff I'm making on defense is annoying and they hate it. It's AIDS.
That's how you know it works.
It's good to know that teams are actually annoyed.
You spoke a little bit about the meta there. Yeah. I want to ask, as a former coach, I'm a little bit scared about Azami. So you've got to tell me, I haven't been in the scrims. Broken. Because they tried to change the whole shield meta, and that's what I was abusing. We abused that in ROG, we abused it ever since. Goyo, 4 shields on defense, you barely have enough nade utility to destroy that. And they took it away, and I was a bit confused, like, how am I going to bring this back? And now with Zami, it's just like, you have 5 extra shields. What more do I need? So I'm basically going to be abusing that. I don't care what anyone says, we're abusing LMGs, everything. LMGs, Azami, smokes, the whole bit.
I am sorry. I am deeply sorry, but hey, it's entertaining, so who really cares?
Yeah, we're going to love it.
Yo,
the players are going to hate it. We're going to love it. We get to see the Twitter beef.
Talking about hate, who's the first person you're going to murk if you get to the LAN?
Probably my teammates. Pissing me off in scrims, all the nonsense in practice. I'm going for them first. Adam, I'm coming for you. But other than that, I wouldn't actually hit anyone, I think. That's just Twitter beef.
We're not the full.
It's just more for fun, you know? Exactly.
Yeah. So you spoke there about practice. How hard are you guys going to be practicing coming up just for your individual matches? Excluding the LAN, just for your individual matches, how much prep work do you think you're going to need to put in?
Like myself?
Like the whole team?
We already scrim about 3-4 times a week. One practice session just to go through maps and whatever, get the theory down, my strats, get my vision into their heads.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. And then, so we're doing a lot of prep work in the moment. So there's a lot to play for now. So that's what we want to get to. We want to get to that LAN. I want to show everyone what we can do on a LAN.
So, second player interview. We've got the big man here repping the Patronus gear. Offending if no one in 80K itself, I mean, maybe one of us, but hey, let that be what it is. But introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Taufik Salih, also known as Tokyo Cloud or Cloud. I played for Bravado in the past, I played for Phoenix. Right now I'm playing for Bull and Squad, first entry.
So as a first entry player, I'm just going to start off with this. Who do you not want to see in your crosshairs when you enter into that map? Who's the one player you're scared of?
One player. Dropshot always has my number.
There we go.
Dropshot always has me, I must say. He's the one player that scares me.
Do you think you can beat him? If he's drop shot in the zone, no mistakes, do you think you can take him?
Oh, definitely. I'll fight anyone.
I like to hear it. I like
Heard
to
it
hear
here
it.
first. Well then, so as well as a first entry player, you know, your role on the team is maybe just pure aim, mechanical skill. How long have you spent in Siege? Like, what is your player in-game time? What is your history with the game?
Okay, so on console I used to play quite a lot.
We
Coming
all
to
have
PC,
days.
I stayed on PC since last year February. So I've been grinding till ROG, and then after ROG I took a bit of like a break. I'm still like kind of on my break right now, but I think I have like 2,000 hours in Siege.
Nothing to scoff at. Casually has spent 2,000 hours in. Okay, I see how it is.
So I want to ask now, okay?
Yeah.
So your former coach there, Sally, he was telling us how we're obviously with Azami, it's going back to that 20-second meta.
Yeah.
As an entry fragger, that makes life difficult for you. How are you planning to adjust to that?
Using my Ash charges, using all the util I can to get rid of all the
Ash?
Azami charges. Ash charges.
You're going to be using Ash.
I'm using Ash.
I'm leaking strategy of my side.
Oh.
Yeah, but Ash is one of my main characters I play on Entity. But I hop on Finker, Sophia now and then. So probably coordinate with my teammates, get rid of the utility as fast as possible, and then push on.
Okay, so you still feel confident trying to peek a shield there? Or is that kind of going to put a
I
dent in
mean,
that?
just be an absolute Giga Chad based main. Takes sense. They can't see you. Go for the plant.
Yeah,
Plant is the first
definitely.
entry, you know? What's up with that?
Yeah.
But with the Zami gadget, it's not like a proper shield, if I
Yeah.
could say, because you can't like see through it. So it's kind of I don't know how to say it.
So
The
you
defenders can't see
Yeah.
you when the attackers can't see you.
So you feel that even though there's the extra cover for them, you still feel that it's still a lot more even than it used to be in the past?
Definitely. So I wouldn't say it's as strong as the shield in the past.
Okay.
And then just giving an overview of your team's potential. What is your mindset going into this tournament? What are you aiming for? What are your goals? What do you expect out of your team realistically?
Well, my team, when we heard the tournament coming up, we were all hyped. We were all ready to play Siege again. So we have, okay, I can't say that. Okay, but yeah, we have a good mental right now. We're starting to grind again, playing some rank now and then. Then we started a new season, so we're starting to grind again.
And how has practice been going so far? Have you guys been finding the groove? Have they been a little bit shaking off the dust?
Since we were all on a break, it's been a little shaky at the beginning, but we're starting to pick it up again. It's going to looking good.
So the scrims are looking good. You guys are feeling confident.
Very confident.
You're feeling very confident you're going to get to that LAN.
Definitely.
How do you reckon your chances to win? Good chance?
I think we have a high chance. Very high chance. Because I think we're already a top 4 team. Definitely.
Okay. So good confidence coming out of you guys. I like it. Okay, so up with our third interview here. Why don't you introduce yourself to all the ladies and gentlemen?
Hi guys, I'm Monet Pauser, more better known as Moxie.
So, Moxie, you're playing for what team?
Memphis. I'll be playing for Memphis.
Memphis.
Yeah, we are meme team. Yeah.
Okay, and what role will you be playing in this
I'll be
team?
playing as a flex.
As a flex
Yeah.
team. Because we haven't actually seen any of this team in the past, have we?
No, it's a brand new, just created team. So
Brand new team.
brand new team.
How are you rating your chances?
So we go into the tournament as a meme team. So we just fairly just have fun. You know, just have fun. Maybe put in an upset day or two. So yeah, our chances are, I would say maybe placing maybe top 8. I'll be happy with that.
So you guys reckon with your meme strategies, running in recruit, whatever you feel,
Definitely, yes.
you
yes.
still got the ability to hit that top 8?
Yes, definitely. We definitely have the aim. The players, I mean, we do have me coming from console. We have Apex. I don't know if the community knows him as well. He played for Nibble in the past in Apex. On the console. So he's been at LAN. He has that comp experience. I've also come from a comp experience. So yeah.
So just as a team, you guys feel that Siege is really a game we can have fun in?
Yeah,
Because, I mean,
Siege,
that's
yeah.
something we see from Twitter drama all the time is people saying, oh, the game isn't fun anymore. Oh, you know, I don't want to enter this tournament because whatever. But Siege is a fun game.
Yeah,
It's a refreshing mindset to come in with.
I'd definitely say Siege is a fun game. I mean, I've about 2,000 hours in Siege. I mean, coming from console to PC just fairly for Siege, it's a great game. I've taken breaks from Siege, a lot of breaks, and every time I come back, and I just enjoy it more and more.
It truly is a game that you never can get rid of. There's nothing that gives you the rush of maybe being with your team in the Discord, just rushing onto the bomb site, getting a quick 5k. I mean,
Yeah, there's nothing like a post-plant 1v1 as well on a match point. That gets your
yeah.
heart beating. I love it.
And then, so looking into this whole tournament now, this is obviously what we're trying to create for the future of Siege in South Africa, since there hasn't been this anything anymore. obviously coming from a new team, you can kind of, and there's some older names in you you said from the console side. How confident do you feel that this could help more new teams come in for the future of the Siege scene here?
I feel like, yeah, it can help a lot due to they seeing okay, there's brand new names. I mean, I'm only level 56 and I already got Plat 2 just on playing on a Smith with like 20 hours. So I definitely feel like if people see, listen here, there's actually people that isn't big to the community. They might have been big to console, but they're new to PC, and there's teams getting like on like that and just, you know, placing top 8, maybe even top 4, you never know. So yeah, I feel like there's definitely hope for the lower teams, even the teams that feel like they aren't confident enough to play.
So our final player interview for you before we head into the group draw. Don't go anywhere, that is coming up. I know it feels bad, man, but stick with us. So our final player interview, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Joshua Lombard, known as v.noxy.dash. I used to play in Phoenix in the back PS4 days, which was 2 years ago. Top team and everything and stuff. Then I came to PC, took a little bit of break, especially because I was mid-trick and everything. And yeah, during the year, decided to get back into comp. So yeah, looking forward to it and everything. And yeah.
So who are you playing for today?
RGN.
RGN, okay.
RGN, I guess. Yeah, it's a little bit of a new team and stuff. I think we only started in, I think it was Feb or something. So then yeah, it's a new team, you know, some entry fraggers and everything, especially me, you know. But yeah.
So, you know, with that new team mentality, obviously we have introduced early on in the segment the fact that there is actually going to be continued growth into next year. There is a roadmap for 2023. We want to continue investing into Siege. As a new team, a team that's maybe more looking to the future, not necessarily this tournament, although you might have big hopes. Do you see this as a game and the community that can truly foster that growth? That you guys can stick around in this as a team, build a legacy even?
Oh, no, definitely. I mean, the fact that, South Africa's actually bringing bigger comp type things like events and stuff, like next and stuff. I mean, the growth, especially for new teams, seeing the growth and stuff, you want to be involved and actually get into it. Yeah. So it's actually increasing the growth by tremendously, and I think it's going to be such a chore, especially next year.
Yeah. And then you said, obviously, this is a newer team. So what are your expectations for the roster? Do you think you can hit that LAN, or you may be saying, okay, let's wait it out and let's see what we can do and make the big tournaments next year?
Definitely the second option. Definitely just seeing that growth and stuff, and then seeing where we can actually go in this tournament. Obviously, there's a little bit of expectations and stuff, and like upsets. Obviously, want to upset a team. cough, Sally. But yeah, definitely the growth and stuff. It will be so amazing. And yeah, just seeing. Imagine just seeing your team grow and stuff, and going to the bigger lands. Next year, imagine place top 2. I know it's hypothetically, but it'll be so cool and stuff. And it's just
every team starts with a dream.
Exactly.
It wasn't that long ago that I got joined into a team which finished 8th, and the dream was to win. Yeah. We managed to pull it off after a while, but
exactly. It's that consistency, that growth and stuff that gets the team actually where they are.
And then also looking into your team now, you said that the LAN isn't your target yet. Upsets. What teams do you really think you have a good chance against?
Okay, definitely like the lower average teams. I don't want to point out teams now.
Yeah.
But I just want to see.
Let's say your big names. Let's take Nixa, Boolin, Levitate.
If you had to pick off one of those.
If you have to pick one of those teams that you really want to upset.
Definitely. Especially because there's someone in there. But yeah, things like, as I said, there's not high expectations. But if we do beat those teams, it'll be such great achievement and stuff. And obviously, if you don't make it to LAN, it's what it is. It's always next year. The roadmap and stuff will be so cool. And yeah, just seeing that growth also. Beating big teams and stuff. So yeah.
Thank you guys for staying this long in the stream. We really appreciate the support that the community is giving out. It really does mean the world to us. And now on to the much awaited group draw. Now, just to clarify again how the structure will work. So it is 2 groups of 8 teams each. Well, 7 and 8 teams. With that being said, Justin, Jock / Kanye.
Okay, so you're doing, so everything you draw is group A, everything I draw is group B.
Okay, so I'll start by going first then. So first team from group A is Levitate.
Okay.
Interesting. Don't know the rest of the group yet though.
Let's take one. Ooh, Meraki
Gaming. Straight off the bat.
Straight off the bat. Okay. next coming up, so for the second team for Group A will be Boolean.
Oh,
Boolean and Levitate in the same group already.
feels good, man.
It's going to be interesting to watch.
Okay, so we'll just mix it up a bit and not take one that I would know. Oh, it's Nixa.
So
Oh,
that's actually an interesting one. Boolean and Nixa, honestly, they're my two.
yeah.
In my opinion, right now from what I've seen in the past.
I don't care what the rest are that we draw. That's
Yeah.
the group of death.
Yeah.
No, don't tell me that. No.
Next up, Untamed Cox in Group A.
Spicy.
So
So yeah, put that on that pile. I'll draw one from here, take the bottom. Taking esports. I'm sorry, feels bad, man. We're stuck with these guys.
you've got Nixa. And as for our friends at V-Drop, unfortunately, you guys are going to have to play Boolean in Group A.
I think so far I would take Group A, I think.
Yes,
I don't-
that would be the safe
Yeah,
option.
That would be the safe
I think so far Group A is looking the best.
To be
but-
fair, 4 teams are getting out of each group, so
Yeah.
your chances
You've got
are-
a good chance.
So let's see what the final one is for the Tier 1 teams. Goosh Goosh. Okay.
Yeah, Team B's.
Oh,
or
I
Group,
really
Group
like
B is strong.
Pool B is going to be an entertaining pool to watch.
Definitely. So,
Just from the Tier 1 teams, there's a lot of experience there.
yeah.
A lot of high impact players. A lot of entertaining players to watch as well. So for us, it's going to be great.
As casters, this is
Yeah.
going to be a fun time.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Pool A, I think it's going to be a great pool, but I think Pool B is just a little bit more entertaining for us.
And that's even without drawing the Tier 2 teams. And there
Yeah.
are some Tier 2 teams that can really put up a fight in these groups. So, I guess without further ado...
Oh, you're going to
let's-
take them up, mix them in, swish them around, go for it, grab them.
First Tier 2 team in Pool A will be Killed 4.
Is that kill 4 or killer? Because usually a 4 is an A. I was theorizing about
Kill
this.
4/Killer.
Be ready.
Correct us in chat, in the stream chat if we're wrong.
Second one for Group B. It's Regen Esports. Oh, they were confident during the player interview. Let's see what they say after this group draw.
So, for Group A as well, we've got 2K Esports. This is the team that kind of I was contemplating whether or not we should list them as Tier 1.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be very, very interesting to see what they can do.
Yep.
They're in Group A, so in my opinion, they've also got a better chance of going that little bit further. That's slight because they aren't having to fight that as difficult of a group. So I'm very keen to see what they can do.
Might be one of the teams pushing top 8, maybe top 4. Let's see what happens.
And the group games being best of 1. You know, anything can happen in a
wow.
best of 1 format. So, you know,
Some
that's
upsets.
yeah, quite interesting. Can't wait.
Point 1 Esports. An interesting org. Let's see what they can do in this Group B group.
Pain.
Definitely not beta.
Pain.
Pain.
Jason Esports in Group A. Love the name. Curious in what it's about, but we'll see what they can
All
do.
of them are .jsn. And
Not
I'm like,
all of them, but quite a few of them have JSN at the end.
and I'm just like, is this related to the player Jason? I don't think so, which kind of confuses me, but sure, let's go for it. So yeah, let me take one. Last one here for Group B. Lekker. That's not what the group is, but hey, you're going to join them.
Hopefully their name brings up their spirits in that group.
And the final name for Group A will be TKO 2? TKO 2, I can't read upside down.
Yeah, there's not a TKO 1 or the main TKO, so I'm not really sure what happened there, but
I can't read upside down, but TKO 2, best of luck in the Group A.
okay, so that's the group draw done. You guys will see it. No idea how it will be displayed, but it'll be somewhere on the screen where you can have a good look. Yeah, I think Group B is looking pretty strong. I think the Tier 2 teams maybe even it out a little bit more, but I still feel like Group B is a little bit of a tough pull for those teams stuck in there.
I'm going to be excited to watch the Group B games.
Yeah.
Not just because I'm a simple drop shot.
Do we have a hashtag on Twitter that players need to use to tweet at us about these groups, what they feel about all of this?
I think the hashtag going around now is hashtag R6 Major SSA.
Perfect.
So if you guys want to, go mad on the socials, just use that hashtag and engage with us. We'll engage with you. We want a good social media presence and have some banter on there. So, let us know your thoughts. I think some teams will really have some interesting thoughts on these groups. But I really do think that us committing to 2 groups have really played out well. I think we have 2 very competitive groups that will be very interesting to see in the live streams and how that plays out. Being best of 1 again, very unpredictable at times, so quite excited for it to kick off.
That's something we didn't touch on. I forgot it's best of 1. That makes these even more interesting. That makes it scary.
You have one chance to show who's the best team.
We've got 7 1 chances.
7 1 chances, but each 1 chance is very high stakes.
That's true.
Yeah.
From the first match, you cannot afford to.
And all of this is starting when? When are we expecting
this Friday?
these games?
This Friday, 24th of June. It will kick off this Friday. The schedule will be up, so we'll update the teams and spectators on socials, what games we'll stream through the weekend. Hopefully we'll have a stacked schedule full of good games, so excited for that. And then in terms of the groups and the best of 1, we're using Pro League point system as well. So, winning overtime and losing overtime, you'll gain a point. So I think if you win overtime, the team winning will get 2 points.
Yes.
The team losing will still get 1 point. So there's that still. Also, in fact, in play, teams will actually get somewhat rewarded if they do lose in overtime. So
thinking about that point system, that means really from the offset, from the first match, it's
on
high stakes from that first match already.
Yeah, so super excited for this to kick off. Actually, just want to check which group has 7 teams.
So B would have 7
would be
at this
Group B.
point.
Okay, group will just have 7. Okay, it's going to be interesting. Can't wait. But I think if is there anything else we want to touch up on? Any other topics that we might have missed through the stream?
So that Obi-Wan Kenobi episode.
Yeah, I think that wraps up for us with the pre-show. We're trying to set a really cool and entertaining standard here with the SSA Major. I hope you guys really enjoyed the show. Again, thank you to ATK Arena for hosting us. It's really been an awesome set to use. And again, also thanks to Nutritech for providing us the powder to keep us energized throughout the games and everyone involved in the tournament. So, without these partners, we won't this won't be possible. So hopefully you guys can show some love to them on the socials and make this tournament as big as we possibly can. I think with that, on that point, thanks for everyone tuning in. Check you with the first game.